Welcome to another episode of Capital City News, your source for staying informed and engaged with Salt Lake City government. I'm your host, Brian Young with SLC TV. On our episode today, I spoke with Joe Taylor about our Transportation Master Plan update. Our History Minute is about the Prairie Ship Liberty and the First Living Traditions Festival. But before we get to those, we're going to take a look at our legislative update, our look backs, our look ahead, and we have the return of our road construction updates.
At its March 22nd meeting, the City Council received briefings about COVID-19, equity, and homelessness, among other things. Received a video presentation from the mayor of Trinivtsi, Ukraine, an official sister city of Salt Lake, and heard a number of public comments on topics ranging from rezones to a number of grant applications. To learn more, visit slc.gov/council. In an event last month, Mayor Aaron Mendenhall and other officials, including Salt Lake County Mayor Jenny Wilson, welcomed back the Outdoor Retailer Show to Salt Lake City after a brief absence. The show will return in January of 2023.
We are thrilled to have Outdoor Retailer come back and stand shoulder to shoulder with Salt Lake City as we fight for the protection and the preservation of our precious natural resources and spaces in the entire state of Utah. So thank you to Emerald X, thank you to incredible Salt Lake County representation, to Visit Salt Lake, and to everybody at Salt Lake City who has helped bring this conversation to fruition and welcoming back Outdoor Retailer. I can't wait to come back to the show and build the relationships that can affect the positive change that I know we can by joining our momentum together. That's what this is about.
For more information, visit outdoorretailer.com. Mayor Aaron Mendenhall joined the city's Human Resources Department and Swazo Business Center to share the results of the city's recently completed review of non-union employee salaries. Salt Lake City has achieved pay equity following an extensive audit that examined the compensation of approximately 1,000 non-union city employee salaries. The mayor and others emphasized the need for 100% pay equity citywide and discussed resources available for local businesses.
Please take the time, whether you're a small business or a large corporation, a nonprofit or whatever entity you are, please do this evaluation because the income and the stability of our families in this community are depending upon it.
To watch the complete event, visit our YouTube page. Representation matters, and that starts with a redistricting process that is fair, transparent, and inclusive. Redistricting is the way we change districts that determine who represent us. Each decade, U.S. Census data is collected, which informs how districts are redrawn. District lines are redrawn to reflect population shifts across the city. This ensures each district has approximately the same number of residents. Districts divide a city and its people into geographical territories that determine who gets elected. These elected officials make decisions that can have a tremendous impact on your neighborhood or community. Your voice is important. By participating in Salt Lake City's redistricting process, you have a better chance of your and your community's values being represented in local government. You can influence what Salt Lake City looks like for the next 10 years. Visit the website to learn how you can get involved in this process.
Salt Lake City's waste and recycling teams work hard to make sure that residents' recycling, compost, and trash are picked up every week from 42,000 homes and businesses. When you find yourself behind a waste and recycling truck, be patient and put safety first. Slow down. Look for oncoming cars and workers before you attempt to pass a truck. Stop if necessary and don't pass if you don't have full visibility or enough space. Look out for pedestrians, cyclists, children, and pets that may be obscured by the truck. Never pass a collection truck on the right. Drivers have blind spots due to the size and angles of collection equipment, and you will be in harm's way. If needed, let the truck finish its collection to keep workers, oncoming motorists, pedestrians, and yourself safe. We can all do our part to prevent accidents and keep ourselves and Salt Lake City's waste and recycling workers safe. For more information, visit slcgreen.com. Though COVID case numbers are dropping and the weather's brightening, we're not out of the woods yet. The best way to defeat COVID-19 once and for all is to make sure you and your kids are vaccinated or boosted. Be courteous and wear masks in public around folks with high-risk factors. Wash your hands and social distance wherever possible. For more information about COVID-19, visit the County Health Department website. Spring is officially returned, and that means the return of road construction season. Tune in to this episode and every episode to find out what's going on with road construction in the city. This week, we'll be taking a look at 900 South Phase 1 and the project at 300 West.
The Central 9th road reconstruction is back in full swing. 900 South between West Temple and 300 West is down to a single westbound lane to allow for construction of the center median. All eastbound traffic will be detoured down 800 South. Take a look at our business access map. We recommend taking tracks down to Central 9th to support the local businesses. Learn more at 900southslc.com. 300 West has started construction between 900 South and 1300 South. Workers will begin waterline work in the 1300 South intersection. There are other lane closures in place to allow for utility and concrete work. We ask for your patience during construction and recommend traveling 300 West during off-peak hours. Learn more at 300westslc.com.
That's it for this week. To keep up with this and any other road construction projects in the city, feel free to visit slc.gov/construction. For our interview this week, we spoke with Joe Taylor about the Transportation Master Plan and about how you can have an influence on the modes of transportation in our roads going into the future.
My name is Joe Taylor, and I am a transportation planner with the Transportation Division of the city. And currently I am working on updating our Transportation Master Plan. We have an existing codified plan. It's a great plan, but it's from 1996, and a lot has changed in transportation since then. And so we are looking to update it for kind of our current time. There's a lot that's changed, and there's a lot that's going to change, probably very rapidly in the next coming years. So we just want to be prepared to get what we want out of that and protect ourselves from what we don't want. Everybody who lives in and has ever been to Salt Lake City has used our transportation infrastructure in some way. It directly affects everybody who has a house, has a property, has a job in Salt Lake, how they get to it, what's in front of it, and how they move around. The policies that shape that should be geared towards and written by the people who use it every day. We want to serve the people who live in our city. And the best way to do that is for us to tell them what they would like to see. So generally, if you look at a transportation master plan from around the state of Utah, what you'll see is a list of projects. And essentially you would go through all of those projects, and once they were completed, you would have achieved your transportation master plan. We in the Transportation Division have a separate list of projects. This is more of a policy document that it is aiming to do two things. The first is to sort of take the values we have as a city, things that we've gotten from public engagement and also from documents like Plan Salt Lake, and manifest those values in the transportation infrastructure, the right-of-way that we have, so that things like sustainability and air quality, safety, and equity are not only considered, but sort of enshrined in all of the transportation projects we've built. So that's number one. Number two, like I said, we want to set ourselves up for the changing transportation technology landscape, so that as new technologies, new ways of doing things, more confrontation with climate change and air quality, that we're ready to face the future with our roadways and the ways we get around in a way that's productive and healthy for all of our citizens. So this is, we're trying to do this over 18 months. We've already done our first round of public engagement, which was, very broad strokes. What do you value about the city? What do you value in transportation? We're moving on to our second round, which is going to be much more policy specific. And if folks want to participate in that, we should have coming out very quickly kind of story mapping exercise that you can do online, and hopefully we can provide the link to that. And we'll also, sort of take that mapping exercise. We know not everybody has access to a computer or, the time to do it. Take that mapping exercise out to the street, especially out to the west side, and try and do that in person a bunch as well. So for folks that want to participate in the creation of this plan, and we'd love as much involvement as we can get, the easiest way is to visit our website and sign up for our participation. You'll get email updates for anything that we're doing. You can access our mapping exercise directly there as well. Or we have an email address, and you can send any questions, comments, or anything you have to that email address.
It's time now to check in on our History Minute.
In 1986, artist Nash Wyckoff conceived of a traveling art piece called the Prairie Ship Liberty to help celebrate the centenary of the Statue of Liberty. This massive mobile art installation would be 24,000 square feet of sails hoisted on old utility poles, sails that would use the prairies of the United States as its ship. It moved from one part of the country to the next before finding its way to France as a gift to the country who gave us the Statue of Liberty. At each port of call, Wyckoff asked the local community to put together an ethnic festival to celebrate America's diversity. The Salt Lake City Arts Council and the Utah Arts Council's Folk Arts program took on the task and developed the first Living Traditions Festival, a celebration of Salt Lake's folk and ethnic arts. This first celebration was 2 days and took place at This Is the Place State Park, then called Pioneer Trail State Park. The festival included many of the same activities seen today, highlighting the rich and diverse heritage of Salt Lake, music and dance stage performances, traditional craft art demonstrations, and a variety of ethnic foods, all looming under the shadow of the Prairie Ship Liberty.
That's it for another episode of Capital City News. Remember, the best way to stay engaged is to stay informed. You can do that by following us on social media at SLC.gov, subscribing to us on YouTube, or watching us on Channel 17. So, reporting in from City Creek Park, I'm Brian Young.